For my digital artifact, I have chosen the topic of which platform gamers prefer to use when purchasing their video games. Do players prefer going into stores and purchasing physical copies of video games, or is it easier buying video games off the console store? This topic is topical as with the new coming-of-age technology coming into the mainstream video game market, consoles may become diskless, leaving the future of physical games in danger. My analytical framework will be looking at the social-cultural differences between gamers who purchase their video games either in-store or online. I will not be factoring in those who use both. This framework seems best suited to this topic as it will allow me to look at both sides of the story, and using statistics, I will be able to determine which is distributed is used more. For many purchasing physical games, this allows them to collect a game in-store that they love and can play anytime. Physical games also allow players to receive pre-order content that may not be accessible with digital copies, such as statues, t-shirts, and even pop figures. Digital copies for some are the only way for them to purchase their video games, as it is quick and convenient for those who prefer to play their video games at home. Stores such as the PlayStation Store and the Microsoft Store provide the benefits of the titles never being unavailable. These games will never be sold out as the games are all on the system's database. This allows players to search a wide variety of titles in the game store and find certain games that may be only distributed digitally. Digital games also allow the players to pre-download the game before it's released, so that when the game is released, they can play it right then and there. They don't have to wait for patches or updates like most physical copies do. My original pitch idea was received with positive reviews and well-constructed comments from my peers. I took these comments on board and looking at particularly at the week 3 slides and resourceful readings from that week, I was able to conduct a much more research and in-depth. I'll be using these resources and other week lectures to create my final DA project. I currently have 3 polls running on forums such as Reddit and gaming forums. Hopefully these forums allow me to gain an understanding from the gaming community. I also conducted a Twitter poll to get insights from the fellow students in this course, and I was happy with the turnout from this. Again, I will be taking these comments on board and using them for my DA. I have looked at other articles besides the ones that I was originally using in my pitch idea. My main source of research will not be articles as I first suggested, but instead I will now be using polls and statistics to conduct my research. These will be instrumental to my report, as without these statistics, I wouldn't have an accurate representation of which platform is preferred. Currently in Europe, America, and Australia, digital video games are overtaking physical copies. But in countries such as Asia, physical copies are still dominant force in this distribution. I will still be using my blog on my WordPress page as my format to discuss my topics. The blog post will allow other students to comment and discuss their opinions on this topic. I will take these comments and opinions on board and use those comments to help finalize my final DA analysis. I never had a set timeline on how I was going to discuss and detail my topic, but I am looking to have my blog post done by around week 10 or 11, as this will give me enough time and others to read and hopefully discuss their ideas and opinions about the topic in the comment section. I will be taking on board all the feedback from my pitch and my beta and the lectures to ensure I achieve the best DA I can produce.